What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back into another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing my 8-year anniversary of going through the catheter ablation procedure. Now, before I get into the video, I will say this is no medical advice. I'm not a medical professional. So this is just it'll be coming from my experience and what I went through. And the reason I'm making this video, well, first of all, is to give you guys an update, after 8 years of going through the procedure. But most importantly, I will say at the beginning of the video that I did not get ablated. For some reason, last time I made a video in regards to my catheter ablation procedure, there were some people that got upset or got mad because I didn't get ablated. And I'm like, that's not my fault. If anything, thank God, right, that I didn't get ablated. But in December of 2019, December 29th, actually, I still remember the day, I went through the catheter ablation procedure. And I also have videos, by the way, if you guys want to see them on my channel, that you can go from the beginning talking about my experience and a couple years updates and things of that nature. So, but I will say, after 8 years of having the procedure, I am doing okay, at least when it comes to my heart. Now, I do still have heart racing issues, and sometimes my heart goes into tachycardia. But it's mainly due from my GERD problems, right? When it comes to whether it's because of the surgeries that I had for my GERD, which are the knee fundoplications and the links procedure, those are one of the main reasons why I say, my heart starts going, crazy. But my heart itself, right? Just talking about my heart is good. I actually, last year, I got tested and I went to get tested so I can do a cardiogram and things of that nature, do some blood work and whatnot, especially because I had a really crazy episode at the beginning of last year where I took a medication for COVID, and it actually did me much more harm, unfortunately, than I felt like it should have. But because of my gastro issues, everything becomes more heightened, if that makes sense, right? But after 8 years of the procedure, I still feel good when it comes to my heart. Thank God. I think it's a blessing, because going through that procedure is really, really tough, especially mentally and emotionally. Especially seeing my family, knowing that I'm going through a heart procedure. At the age of 23, by the way, I was 23 when I went through that procedure. Now, do I feel like did I jump the gun on that one? Did I do that too fast? I don't know, because at that moment we were trying to find out if my heart was the issue. That was one of the main reasons as to why I had the catheter ablation procedure, right? Every time I kept doing some type of exercise or any type of physical activity, my heart rate will go up quickly, but it will stay up, and it would take a while for my heart rate to decrease back to the normal range, right? We did so many exams, so many studies, the stress test, I got blood work done. I got, images, you name it. I went through the whole shebang. But my electrophysiologist suggested for me to get a catheter ablation procedure. And I talked about in my prior videos that when she told me, like, I literally shut everything out. I'm like, a heart surgery? I was like, in my mind, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm 23. Are you serious? And you can go back to the videos. I mean, I went back to my car and I started crying when I got told that I was gonna need a heart surgery, right? The catheter ablation at the age of just 23. But I looked, one of the reasons why I decided to go through it was because if I did have something, right, I didn't want to develop anything that's more crazy, and anything that will make things worse when it comes to my heart. So I was like, if I let this develop, it could actually potentially become more of a bigger issue than it is now. And I didn't want that to happen, especially going into my farther years. And that was really one of the main decisions as to why I did it. But the doctor also told me that she was going to go see and look and see if that was an issue, to see if my heart is actually shooting electrical pathways. Now, on my EKG, that's what it was showing sometimes. It was an irregular EKG, right? Abnormal EKG that came out. So I went through the procedure. I was looking at videos at that time of people who had the procedure, who had went through the surgery and things of that nature. And I think one person actually updated that at one point. Hey, what's up? You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. my brother and and his girlfriend brought me some hot chocolate from Starbucks. So salud. Hey, I appreciate this. This is a W. Mm. Excuse a little break, but I'll put this right here. So all right, excuse the break. But yeah, so because of that normal EKG and everything just was pointing out that something could have been causing my heart at least to show those signs. And then naturally, she suggested that, and because I wanted to make sure that I was either going to get healed or I wanted to be healthier, maybe I wanted my issues with my heart to stop, or to get better. Then I was like, I'm going to go through the surgery. And those were some tough moments, some tough decisions, because so young going through those. It's still, there's days where I think about that at night, and subconsciously the trauma gets to you. The trauma of like, man, you were so young when you did all that. And could it be the enemy attacking my mind? Could it be the enemy attacking my thoughts? Possibly. But it's tough, seeing your mom cry. My mom crying after you say your goodbyes to go back into the surgery room. That's tough. That's difficult to see. But I'm gonna tell you something. That surgery is one of the most peaceful I have ever been in any surgeries that I had. I don't know if it was because the night before family came and prayed over me. I prayed over peace. I prayed that this surgery will go well. And God, I just felt this peace in my heart, in my mind. And going through a heart surgery at 23, I felt very peaceful. I kid you not. I still don't, to this day, what I believe is, the Lord provided that for me, right? But some of you guys are not believers, or understand. I understand, no problem. But that day, I'm telling you, it felt supernatural. It felt this peaceful. Imagine that, right? Going through a heart surgery at 23, you got your quote unquote whole life ahead of you, and you're going through all these issues, right? But in that moment of going through heart surgery, right when I'm saying bye to my mom, saying bye to my grandma, because they do tell you to say your little goodbyes, but not to scare you. But it's part of surgeries. You always gotta say because you never know. Even though this surgery, I did my research on it, and the success rate is very high. I felt really comfortable with that. But still, regardless, if it has to do with your heart, it's still scary, right? So what ended up happening, and again, this is one of the reasons why I didn't get ablated. Once they put you in, the surgery room, they put all these stuff on you or whatever. I talked about that again in my other videos that you can check out. When she went inside, she went all the way inside with the catheter into my heart. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, do your own research, right? But they do, I don't know if they put some type of adrenaline shot or something to make your heart raise and go faster, that makes your heart go faster. So then it can actually show what happens when you're going into tachycardia, or when your heart's racing abnormally, right? To see if your heart is shooting any electrical pathways that are abnormal, so then they can catch it and then they can go in and ablate it. I mean, they have this whole 3D of your heart. The doctor is in there trying to figure out, if anything is wrong. And I kid you not, the whole surgery probably lasted close to probably 2 to 3 hours, probably 3 hours tops. And I came out the surgery room, and the surgeon told my mom that I didn't get ablated, that nothing happened, that they went in, but I didn't get ablated. They didn't touch my heart, although they did. I went through the whole process, but not get ablated. Does that make sense? And to me, that's one of the biggest blessings that I've ever had, right? Because I think it's important. Because imagine if I go through the whole procedure and the doctor, for whatever reason, whether it's a mistake or whether she thought she could fix something, but instead she would have hurt something else, and then maybe I would have been even worse off. Like, imagine that, right? Those are the possibilities of surgeries that you always take a risk in, and I feel like that is something that I am blessed to the fact that nothing got touched, although they went into my heart and they were in there, right? I just didn't get ablated. But through the whole process I went through, right, when it comes to the examinations, the testings that I had to do, the actual feeling of my heart going into tachycardia, man, like it's real. I felt it. My heart goes over 140, 150, 160, probably, I don't even know, higher and stuff. It's just, that's, that's something that's really, 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 really tough to go through. Right. And I've gone through all of it. So, now I have a better understanding after 8 years that it could have been, my vagus nerve being tempered with. It could have been my gastro issues that are tempered with. Because if you know your anatomy of your body, your esophagus is really close to your heart. So whenever you're having, regurgitations or feelings of acid reflux and things of that nature, it can act as if you were having some type of heart attack or some type of chest pressure, right? Your hiatal hernia, things of that nature. Your stomach, man, your gastro is so important to you and your body, and it can mimic a lot of different things in this case, such as heart things, right? Now, I do still get those heart situations, especially when I get sick, when I get fevers, when I get colds and things of that nature. Uh, the heart reacts to when you're sick, but to me, it's emphasized, right? It's like you can multiply that instead of like a regular human being. Mine gets worse, so much worse, and it sucks because it's more sensitive to all of it. And unfortunately, my heart is affected indirectly, or I should say maybe even directly, to my issues that I suffer from. So that's still an issue of itself. But the thing is, though, that I do want to mention that every time that I've gotten my heart checked, it's come out healthy, right? The ultrasound that I had, the cardiogram that I had for my heart, the ultrasound, the testings, the EKGs, they've shown that my heart's healthy. Thank God. That's a blessing. And even after catching COVID 3 times, I went to get checked as well to make sure that my heart's not taking any damage. I went to go check my lungs to make sure that my lungs are not taking any damage, because I don't want things to get worse, especially in my chest section, right? All these important organs, while I'm still dealing with my gastro issues and dealing with other things that I'm being affected by, even some to some extent even malnutrition from other gastro things that I go through myself. So um that's what I wanted to give you guys an update on. Thank God, I even after years of going through that and all my health issues, I'm still here, right? God has still given me more life to continue to bring light to you guys. One of the main reasons when I wanted to keep doing these updates was because to let you guys know, that even after years of going through this, we're still here. I feel like every time you want to go to see people's updates, you want to see like when they had the procedure and then what happens after that. How are you? Or, are you still alive afterwards? So as of the, this moment, I just want to make sure that, you guys get like the full gist of things. But if you want to go back to the prior and earlier videos and earlier updates, I have that on my channel as well. I can post those in the links in the description, and so you guys can watch those. So thank you guys for keeping up with my life journey. Thank you for all the love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you get a chance as well, go to my podcast. I do have a podcast on my channel that you can watch, and I bring all different types of people in and talk about real life experience and the things that you go through in life. I feel like it's very natural. It's very raw. It's very real, and I'm having fun with it. So thank you guys for all the love. Don't forget to enjoy your Christmas. Even if you're going through a lot of issues, I try to have a positive mindset. I know it's hard. I'm going through things right now, even while I'm making this video. But stay close to your family if you do have some. Remember the blessings that you do have, and always try to have attitude. The Bible always tells us, the Word always tells us for us to have gratitude towards our circumstance. Right? That's where faith is built. The gratitude that you have through the storm that you're going through. So thank you guys. Enjoy the holidays. You probably see me again before the holidays. We'll see if I make another video or not, but I did want to make this update. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the love. As always, peace and love, familia, and see you guys on the next one.